Previously on Survivor Boston University. Everyone was shocked when Patrick revealed that this week both tribes would be going to tribal council. After an egg and spoon race and a wheelbarrow chase, Matt and Tess prevailed in the final leg of a 3-part immunity challenge, ensuring their safety and ensuring both immunity winners were members of Bay State. Tess took advantage of her safety to establish an all-girls alliance with Tiana, Chica, and Grace, with the intention of targeting either James or Ethan.
I am saying, for kill all. No, I didn't say that.
Over on Commonwealth, no one was safe.
I was underneath some bridge, and then I met a bunch of homeless people over there, and they had I didn't realize what was campus, what wasn't campus.
Yadira was able to hide her pregame friendship with Tess.
Oh, by the way, Tess and I know each other.
But Nick became a target due to his pre-existing connection with Chica on Bay State, and the tribe quickly divided in two, with Sheru, Melissa, and Yadira on one side and Nick, Spencer, and PJ on the other. Molly was left in a critical swing position, but moved the vote towards Nick to protect her secret alliance with the other side. Molly convinced the Lions Alliance to go along with the pack, and Nick was voted out unanimously. With only 5 people on Bay State eligible to be voted off, who will the tribe choose? Will the Fantastic Four target Grace, the only person outside of their alliance, or will long-standing mistrust cause Tiana to flip?
I think James is going to be a strategical threat later on in this game, and I think I have to keep my eye on him.
Stay tuned, and later this episode, a classic Survivor challenge, and the game is shaken up like never before.
So this tribal, I'm relatively chill about it. I didn't expect to be not as nervous going into this week.
So originally it was between James and Ethan.
But after meeting up with Tess, Tiana, Chica, we kind of had a plan in place of where we kind of knew, generally speaking, we were leaning towards James.
And I kind of wanted to vote Ethan out because to me, Ethan is more of a threat. And when I talked to him, he knew exactly what to say. He was very manipulating in a good way because that's what he needs to be.
But then this week, I was just a little nervous because there's only 5 options.
Exactly.
Right?
No, it's
5.
definitely limited, and especially because in my mind, I've hung out with Grace. She's the only person I really hung out with.
Knowing that my name hasn't been tossed around and that I'm in kind of not a set in stone alliance, but at least a tentative alliance, that definitely eased my nerves going into this tribal.
And then I talked to Matt briefly because of we both have immunity, and he was just talking about everybody basically.
Okay, just had a very awkward conversation with Matt. He didn't divulge any information.
Do you have any ideas? I don't know if you're leaning any which way.
No, I'm currently just debating, who would work best in the next challenges. Because I mean, not that
Maybe I'm not as good as the misting as I thought I would be.
I feel like there's going to be a swap fairly soon. But
Yeah.
I'd rather win I feel like it's not going to be next week, so I'd rather win next week.
But at the same time, he, I feel like, is the type of player to keep his cards to his chest and not divulge any information.
Ethan is a little bit quiet, which is scary, because I don't know if he's quiet from not having lots of plans or quiet because he has lots of plans and is trying to keep them to himself.
This week, are you still kind of like fielding your options and talking to people?
Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna, well, I mean, assuming everybody reaches out to talk to me, I'm not gonna go hounding people for their opinions.
Alright, I'll see you. That was entirely, oh my god, that was so awkward. That was so fucking awkward.
Yeah, he was like fielding everybody.
Yeah, and we were saying like you're definitely a threat because very smart. You know you're smart. I mean, you saw the Jeopardy game.
Well, I don't know, I use big words sometimes. And there's also not going to be like another Jeopardy challenge, you know?
You thought about
also,
this?
I don't...
Yeah, I don't know, for this next vote out, I'm definitely like continuing to think about options and stuff, and I hate being in charge. Like, I do not want to be the one in charge, so I'm just gonna see what other people are like kind of vibing with. And I know Grace like really wants you to stay. And
that's good to know, because like I really like Grace. Like we've been partnered up for 2 challenges now, like the trivia obviously, and then the wheelbarrow, and we just talked a little bit. And I just genuinely like her personality. She seems like one of those really sweet people.
But what with Tess throwing out 3/4 of my alliance names out.
I think like if it ends up like we're voting James, I would love to be on your guys' side too.
Sure. So you think it's like it's up in the air? It sounds like between.
I think it's mainly
me and
between
James.
you and James.
Okay.
I personally like was kind of also considering Chica because she never texted me before until yesterday.
Okay.
I kind of wrote out some notes earlier today once I figured out she was targeting me. Some kind of key points to hit in my conversation. I said kind of my agenda. So it's written as conversation agenda. Docket with Tess is to first ask what she's thinking.
I think James knows Chica. I mean, he told me he knows Chica a little bit from film and TV. He knows that we're very cool. It wasn't super obvious like when we were talking and stuff, so I wasn't sure.
So, yeah, are you leaning towards him? It sounds like you're kind of leaning towards him.
I'm kind of confused. I'm not gonna lie. I think the girls are leaning towards James.
But kind of mentioned how the other tribe doesn't seem to like me, i.e. Molly.
That was so impressive, like on both. Like, it was a really fun challenge to watch.
It
like,
was
that last part.
I'm excited to watch it like on the screen after everything's done.
PJ just acting a complete fool the whole time. Like, I don't know.
I can say that in the event of a tribe swap or even a merge, they would vote for me out of Bay State first.
What do you think the other tribe's perception of us is? Like, who do you think they would target first? Because I was thinking about it, like, I definitely feel like a threat to them.
Right. You did so well in the Jeopardy challenge.
It's that, and I just feel like I've been kind of competitive. Like, really, Bay State, I know, I feel like I've been loud about my Bay State, like, tribe mentality.
Tess is targeting me because she thinks that I can be a future physical threat, which is confusing. I'm so out of shape.
The strong targets should not, like on the same tribe, should not take each other out because we shield each other. I think it was, I forget, I think it was Tony in like Actual Survivor who was like, had the strategy of like all of the big players sticking together and taking out like the under the radar players, because those are the types who kind of like, I think kind of like lion and hyena, and like all the hyenas would just like pick up all of it.
Right, like Sandra?
Yeah.
That we keep the 4 of us, Grace, Matt, myself, and Tess, strong. As the Lions, we would rather all be together and take out those more under the radar players. So to her, I can pitch, I guess, Chica and James, her other 2 targets that she already named.
That's a good point, yeah.
So not only does it make sense for us 3 to stick together, like me, you, and Matt, in terms of numbers, in terms of challenges, like next week, if you want to like not go to tribal again, if it's not a tribal swap, then that would help too if I'm there.
And I think Ethan's a huge threat because he knows exactly what to say and how to manipulate people, and he says what you want to hear, and what you do is what he wants you to do. So yeah.
Continue to think about like the points I made. I think
Definitely.
you have more power this week than you will have for a while.
Yeah.
So I think this could really like change the course of your game. And if James is not offering much to you, if Chica's not offering much to you, and if what I say resonates with you, then I would just keep that in mind throughout the week.
For sure.
Tess, I'm coming for you. You put my name out there, you put 2 of my close allies' names out there as well. You gotta go. But for this week, I'm your best friend. I will kiss your ass a little bit.
I'm feeling like I'm in a position of power that is not super threatening right now, and I hope it isn't super threatening because I don't want to put a target in my back.
And I hope you stay in. I'm really like definitely looking forward to like having each other's backs in the future for sure.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll keep you updated.
Oh wow. It's like we're on an island.
Like we're on the island, guys.
For me right now, I'm in a situation where it seems like there's a clear 4 versus 3. In the group of 4, you got my alliance, which is me, Tiana, Ethan, and Chica. And then you got the 3, which is Tess and Matt, which both have immunity, and Grace. So if you take those 7, our choice for the alliance is really only Grace. So that's who we're targeting right now for the vote.
So basically, I deserve an Emmy because the way that I was dodging those questions was iconic.
I looked at it all over. That's an elephant. I looked at.
So basically, they were like, "I've been looking for the idol." Chica, like, "Tiana, have you guys been looking for the idol?" I was like, "Oh yeah, it was like super hard. I thought it was near the Butte Bridge, and then I went to the Beacon Street Bridge, and I never found it."
Since the last immunity challenge, I feel like things have gotten a lot more tough for me. I thought I was safe in this game. I still feel like I'm safe in this game. But going into the last immunity that we lost, which was like the first week, I made an alliance of 4, which are very still strong today. But since then, I've become a gigantic threat, which I don't know how that happened, so I'm very nervous for tonight.
And then Grace was agreeing with us, like, a lot, but she was the one who was really spearheading your name, even after, like, we were like, yeah, we think it should be. She's like, okay, like, we'll decide more throughout this week, like, let's keep in touch. But I said, yeah, but she's leaning towards James now. But she was the one who was really saying your name a lot. So it's like, really funny that she was like, I want to work with you after this.
I was like, huh? That's not how it works. You don't like.
No.
You don't just say you're targeting me or you're keeping me as an option and then expect whoever's left to just like scoop you up. She was, yeah, she threw Chica under the bus a little bit, but she's definitely not voting for you.
No, like, what'd she say? Just the like threat later on, or?
She said, in passing, like, threat later on, yeah.
Okay.
I gave her my reasons for me to stay above James, is that, like we talked about, he's more, like, under the radar. And, like, the other tribe is going to target the bigger threats, like, the people who are more, like, out there as threats. So it's like, that's me, but it's also you and Matt as well. So it makes sense for us to protect each other.
Because there's a threat. I hope she knows that.
Yeah. And this is maybe where James is not doing as much, and I could be doing too much, but I'm like, he's not like thinking past this week. I feel like he's too comfortable.
Yeah.
He's always like, oh, but we're gonna have the numbers, but like, we're not always gonna be in a position like
where we have the numbers. Yeah. I agree.
I can't stay in the Final Four with them. They're really good talkers, and they will get more jury votes than me.
I don't know what you guys think about how we deal with the fallout. I don't know if it's too early.
The thing is, like, I feel like there won't be that much fallout. I think Tess will just realize that, like, she's not in the where she thought she was in the game.
And I wanted to be on Tess's side, and then when I wanted to merge, I'd be in this cool floater situation. But now I'm in this cool floater situation a little too early in the game, and I'm gonna have to show my cards way too early in the game.
The bottom 3 is Matt, Grace, and Tess. So they don't know that it's gonna be blindside tonight, and I'm very, very excited to see how this goes, because it's gonna just put them in the place a little. So yeah.
Yeah, leaving Matt and Tess out of the vote is
a very precarious spot to be put in as all 4 of us.
Yeah, and I guess I never really had a chance to pitch myself to you, but like now I don't need to. But even still, I still wanted to like meet up with both you guys to like discuss like moving forward. Mm-hmm. I don't know how many like, I don't know, alliances or deals or whatever. But I think it's like, this is like a really opportune time. I was telling her on Friday to like take advantage of the situation we're in and like, I think group together, it makes sense for us to like not vote each other.
Yeah.
And to actually align if you're interested in that. Yeah. I'm putting my cards on the table, I think.
I definitely made it clear to them that I still wanted to work with them kind of on a superficial level. Honestly, is how I feel about it, but
yeah, if it's us 3 and then Luke and Grace, we have majority.
Yeah, no, I really, really like Grace, and it's gonna be hard if we ever have to consider voting her out because she's so like...
Yeah, it would just like, it would break my heart, but I don't think that's gonna happen.
No, me either. And also, like, people are gonna take it personally.
So, we're doing James.
Set on James.
Shake on it?
Yes.
Make sure.
That kind of worked.
Alright, I'm writing James down regardless. Yeah.
Grace and Tiana also like didn't want Chica to go and wanted James to still go. So right now, I'm assuming it's James.
I mean, I know it's Survivor and we're not supposed to trust anyone, but I feel like Tess and I have a pretty good alliance going. Also Tiana too.
Now it's 3 to 4, and I'm like the vote in the middle who can decide, because Tess trusts me and she wants it to be James, and Matt and Grace are gonna vote with her.
Tiana, I think, has the closest connection right now from within our alliance to the people outside our alliance. She seems really tight with Grace and Tess. So the past day, I've been mostly concerned about Tiana flipping. I feel like if anyone out of the 4 were going to do it, it would be her.
It feels like the tribe is split in the middle, and this vote is going to be like, some people are going to feel really bad after this vote.
The name of the game for me this week is trust in my alliance. I get paranoid very easily about whether or not someone's going to flip, because that's really all it takes tonight for me to be sent home.
Alright, Bay State, welcome to Tribal, although it's not too familiar, too dissimilar given you just watched one. So, start off the bat, Grace, do you have any thoughts on what you just saw?
Many thoughts to be thunk, one might say. I think that I kind of didn't expect Nick to go home and be a really strong player throughout, but obviously they thought so too. So that's what I said.
Kate, what about you?
Honestly, like, not shocked to see they're all being very quiet about who they're voting out, so it was like anyone could have been voted out, so.
Tess?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I looked at his face when he left and I thought I would see like some sort of sadness, but he was just laughing about his candle, so I was like, oh.
Well. Some old yellow shit going on tonight. So, let's talk about this tribe, Tiana. Was it a quiet week on this end or not so much?
I mean, it depends what you think of quiet week. I don't really know. People were talking, so I guess it wasn't like what they said quiet week was, so.
James, do you think this is going to be a chaotic tribal? Do you think anyone's going to be surprised at all?
I think that's hard to say. I don't know. I feel like I've been, I don't know, it's hard to say just because I don't feel confident in any one position right now. I feel like I've chatted with everyone as to the best of my abilities, and at this point I just gotta put the trust in the people I've aligned myself with.
Tess, how does it feel to be immune in this tribal?
It doesn't feel as good as I thought. I thought I would be just relaxing and taking everything in, but I've honestly been so stressed and like my heart is beating so fast. And, I mean, usually when I watch Survivor, like, I thought there would be one person, at least one person on the tribe that I would be like, oh, like this person's so annoying. Like, you know, like Sugar, she went around and like tried to cuddle with everybody, and then like Coach annoyed the heck out of me. I despise Coach. So
some objections from the Commonwealth tribe.
I know, but I I kind of was hoping for some of that, but like I could name 5 genuinely good things about every single person here, so it's really hard to. It sounds selfish because I do have immunity, but it is hard.
What about you, Matt? You're the other winner of immunity. How does it feel?
It's definitely a relief knowing that no matter what happens, I will be leaving here a member of this tribe still, but I think it makes it difficult having 2 people, especially with immunity, because it really lowers the number of people we have to choose from. So yeah, I think it has been more difficult than I expected, but more relaxed than if I didn't have it.
So Grace, what are you basing your vote on tonight?
It's really hard because like we all get along so well, and there hasn't been anyone who's like a clear jerk. So it's really just like thinking about like what this vote means in the long run, I guess. Like what this means for the tribe, what this means after the merge, I guess.
So James, every vote up until now has been unanimous. Do you think that trend's going to continue, or is this vote going to change things, especially with 2 people in the
Again, it's hard to say, simply just because I feel like I've been on the periphery of some conversations this week, so I don't know if I have the best intel on that. I'd like to think it's going to be unanimous. You know, I think everyone wishes that the person they're voting for is the person everyone's voting for. I think that's going to be harder as the game goes along and more lines are drawn. But who knows?
So has anyone heard their name out there this week? Ethan, Chica, and James. Okay, so does that concern any of you?
I mean, I feel like the 5 of us who don't have immunity should be a little worried, just because we don't have that for sure thing that Tess and Matt have. So I feel like, yeah, all of us have heard our names just because I feel like we're all playing about being social.
So, Tiana, if you're in an environment, there's only five potential people you can vote for. 3 of them have said they've heard their name. Does that give you cause for celebration or cause for concern?
I mean, I think it would give me cause for concern because just because I haven't heard my name doesn't mean people aren't saying it.
Grace, same question to you.
Yeah, likewise. I mean, just because people aren't saying it, it's not being brought up like vocally around me, does not mean people aren't talking about it when I'm not around. So yeah, I think given that 2 members of our tribe are immune, I think yeah, everyone should be immune this week.
Tess, do you think there are any divisions in this tribe, or is it still operating more on at this point?
Personally, I don't think there are any major divisions at all, or even minor divisions. I feel like everybody is just trying to go with the majority at a certain point because no one wants to single out anyone.
How do you feel about this tribe's chances going forward from this vote?
I think that whatever does happen tonight is going to be a setback because one person who we all really like is leaving. But I think we should stick together moving forward going into any swap or merge situation.
So Ethan, you're pretty much wanting to stay tribe strong at this point?
At this point, yes.
Chico, what about you?
I agree. Tribe strong.
Tribe strong. Does it concern you at all that Commonwealth is watching this entire thing and perhaps gauging that attitude you're expressing?
I don't think it's concerning if we do go into a merge situation. I mean, it should scare them that we're not going to do anything, so it's going to be even if we do.
Also, they pretty much said the exact same thing, just more baked terms. So.
How important is loyalty to you in the game, and is that factoring into your vote?
I think loyalty is definitely important as a tribe and with other people on your tribe, especially if it's like a part of your own life personally. I think loyalty is a huge thing for me in general. But it still doesn't make it any easier deciding anything.
Alright, well, with that being said, we've clearly got 7 people who are thinking for their long term, and only 6 are going to get to pull that into fruition. So, let's vote. Grace, you're up first.
I'm sorry. I really am sorry. I don't know what else to say other than sorry.
I really hope it's not me tonight and that it's you, and I apologize for this blindside, but have to be somebody. And
you just thought you were a little too safe. And I didn't like that you said that at Tribal, so bye.
I hate to do it. I'm so sorry, James. Was that too loud? I think they heard me.
Once the votes are cast, the decision is final. The person voted out will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. Before I read the votes, does anyone have any titles or advantages they would like to play? No? Alright, that being said, let's read the votes. First vote. James. Second vote. Grace. One vote James, one vote Grace. James. It's 2 votes James, 1 vote Grace. Fourth vote. Grace. We're tied. 2 votes Grace, 2 votes James. Fifth vote. James. It's 3 votes James, 2 votes Grace. Sixth vote. Grace. Tied again. 3 votes Grace, 3 votes James. 7th vote, the fourth person voted out of Survivor BU, Grace.
Crazy.
For tonight, that's enough. Grace, I'm gonna need you to bring me your candle.
Damn.
And that about as split a decision as you can get. Clearly some of you are going to have some explaining to do, but for now, that's all I got.
Damn, I actually I'm a little blindsided. That was crazy. I mean, well played by them. That's insane. I mean, I totally didn't expect it. I mean, Tess and I saw Tess was just as surprised. I can't believe that. Wow, that's nuts. I mean, that's a crazy good strategy. Good for them. Honestly, good for them.
I'm sorry, Grace. You just don't benefit me right now.
I know I should be upset and bitter, but that was a really good strategy. And it just sucks, but I think I'm just gonna get Taco Bell right now. So I'm gonna wound my heart, my wounded heart. I'm gonna get Taco Bell. Damn. That really got me. That was crazy. I hope it's gonna be a good episode. Alright, bye guys.
Alright everyone, I have an announcement. After those 2 vote-offs, I do want to say everyone here has officially made the jury. We are now starting.
Jury! That's not a good thing. You gotta eliminate. Okay, but jury's good.
Everyone voted out. After this point, we'll be asked to join the jury where you will have a hand in voting for the winner of this game. In the event of a tie, the first juror's vote will be invalidated, but that's incredibly unlikely. But yeah. And I'm not going to tell you if it's a final 3 or a final 2 yet. You guys will just have to wait in suspense. But for now, that really is all I have for you. Head on back to campus. Good night.
No, because I think we need to prioritize the fact that they're all split up now, so we need to stay together as much as we can. Absolutely. Because
yo, all I know is that was the most entertaining thing I saw. That was crazy. That was crazy.
I'm going to walk you through what happened from my perspective, and then obviously if you have questions. I know I broke a lot of trust.
So I'm okay, let's meet up with Ethan and Matt. So we meet at the Brett statue, and Ethan just kind of it was the day of Tribal, and we were just assuming that we were voting James. So we just kind of confirmed that.
And when there's no real alliances on a tribe except for you two, that's kind of scary, to be honest.
Right.
And personally, if I'm trying to align with you and Matt, and then Grace is also there, that's kind of a roadblock into you would always pick her before
me.
And Ethan was like, oh, let's like definitely make something more serious and like have each other's backs until the merge or beyond, and like let's definitely work together. And me and Matt were like, all right, let's do it. So we do like a 3-way handshake and everything. And then
a handshake and everything.
And then Ethan votes for Grace, so I was like, okay. Yeah, I was very surprised because right before the last tribal, he met up with me and Matt, and he shook our hands and said, all right, this is my alliance, this is what we're doing.
Can I shake on it?
Yeah.
Make sure. That's what we're going to do. Oh, what's up first?
So everything in that meeting was true.
I'm writing James down regardless. Yeah.
And 30 minutes later, he's going behind our backs and voting out someone else. And it's a game, so I wasn't that mad. Like, it's fine. I'm not that hurt.
No, I felt like, I swear to God, it's an even playing field between the 6 of us. And I felt like Grace being there made it like you guys at the top and then everyone else.
I know what Ethan's capable of. I know how he can manipulate people with his knowledge and his intelligence, and he knows exactly what to say and how to say it. So since the other tribe probably thinks that me and Matt are on the bottom, or at least me, because of my reaction, because I was like,
I didn't see your reaction.
So everybody probably thinks that I'm not like part of everything, and I mean I wasn't. I don't feel like I'm 100% on the bottom.
You're not on the bottom. There's no one on the bottom.
6 vote. Grace. 3 votes Grace, 3 votes James.
The bottom 3 is Matt, Grace, and Tess.
What do you mean?
Yeah, Nick was like, oh, like, I kind of knew you guys were voting for me. And everybody was like, huh? And he was like, yeah, because like you, Molly, Yadira, Melissa, and Sharu, like I knew you guys were in a line.
Wait, he said that?
Did you not hear that?
No. Okay, first of all, Nick and I are friends outside of the game. But like,
yeah, I've seen you guys on Instagram.
Wait, really? How?
Yeah. Everybody in this game
Everyone's
are good.
taking it seriously, which is what I was scared of, like coming into this. I'm like, I hope I'm the only one taking this game seriously.
People are playing smartly.
No, I know, it's scary because I'm like, because Matt, I can't read him. He's definitely playing smart. I definitely like, again, I really want to stay Bay State strong. So.
Yeah, definitely. I agree.
But I could see them swapping and having 6v6 for like 2 turns and then
but with the jury time. Because like if you're on a swap and juries happen, you're not really, and you're voting for a winner, you're not really everybody's voting.
So we're training Chica to eat some gross food right now.
Oh, she's like, Chica,
we need you to just down a ketchup packet real quick for us. How are we feeling about the challenge tonight? We're disgusted. We're under the suspicion that it's eating.
Yeah, we're under that suspicion.
So naturally we're eating, right?
So naturally we're eating.
I feel like I'm gonna die. I have one friend.
Alright, welcome guys to your next immunity challenge. The last challenge was individual with Matt and Tess winning individual immunity. But the last tribal was won by Bay State. So Bay State, I'm gonna need it back. You can slide it along the table. It's like that scene in Indiana Jones 2. Alright, once again, tribal immunity is back up for grabs. There's been some theories that there's going to be a change in the game, maybe even a merge. Unfortunately, there will not be a merge today. We're going to switch things up. Everyone, drop your buffs on the table. We are switching tribes.
So, going into this challenge, I was actually kind of hoping for a tribe swap because us voting out Nick instead of voting out Melissa was only like a really good idea if we did have a tribe swap.
Schaefer draws Bay State. Spencer draws Commonwealth, returning to the same tribe. Yadira draws Commonwealth, also staying on the same tribe.
What the?
Tiana draws Bay State, staying on the same tribe. Chica draws Commonwealth. Tess draws Bay State, staying in red. James draws Commonwealth. So, for today's challenge, we're doing a survivor staple, and that is the eating competition. There are 6 of you on each team. Chef Andy has lovingly prepared 6 dishes. I helped a little bit, but the objective of each round is just going to be to finish. It's not timed. You're just going to finish whatever's on your plate and then show me a clean mouth. So, open it. Make sure there's no food in there. But the goal of this game is just to have more points than the other tribe. And if one person on the tribe can't finish in a round, that tribe will forfeit that point. But you have theoretically as long as you need to finish the meal. So if you really want to, you'll be able to get that point. In the event of a tie, we have a fun little tiebreaker that we've designed. So it might be.
I have faith in you. Yo,
the entire walk.
Just because I ate a lot of food today does not mean anything. So thank you.
So
true,
Bessie.
How long ago?
How long ago?
How long ago? I'm not. I
Say it.
No, it's okay. Like an hour ago. Oh no. 2? Yeah. Oh my god. She's gonna fucking vomit. I got back from chapter late. Okay.
So for our first matchup, can I see from Commonwealth? Where are you, Matt? And from New Bay State, can I see Melissa?
Oh, let's go, Matt.
All right, for our first matchup, the food on offer is going to be Brussels sprouts, cooked very well, I'm sure. I've been told they were very well done. Combined with a kombucha mix and some of God's finest mustard.
Until you get a bag.
Survivors, you guys ready to eat some food?
Yeah, I think drink.
All right, on your mark, get set, start eating.
Let's go, Matt.
Again, the yak bin is here. I do not think you will need it.
So what I imagine Brussels sprouts would taste like before I had them.
You've never had them?
No.
I've never seen
I've had regular Brussels sprouts.
Both survivors making some great progress on the meals. Melissa almost finishing the kombucha. Melissa and Matt both have finished well over the majority, I'd say, of this dish. Matt is almost done with the broth, just has a few sprouts left.
That's a big ball.
Sipping those last remnants.
Yeah, my water bottle.
Gotta see.
Yeah.
My name is
Sky.
Same place.
Oh, Melissa, you so bad. But you're so close to the end.
Shut up.
No, I'm trying to squeeze the juice out.
He shouldn't be offended, Andy. He doesn't think they're good.
They're fucking nasty, Andy.
Just one sip left. And Melissa showed me enough. And Melissa wins her round. Matt has one sip of kombucha left, and he will complete his leg. And it is! Both tribes finish the Brussels sprouts. We are tied 1-1. Okay! For our next round in the challenge, for Commonwealth, James. For Bay State, Tiana. This round of food is cinnamon bun sans frosting and instead replaced with spicy black bean chili. In a sense, a cupcake. In a very real sense, a different type of cupcake. All right, begin. And they cheers off. Former tribe mates cheersing off before taking a big old bite of that cinnamon bun combined with black bean paste.
Should I do some more?
It's very tasty.
Oh, I can smell it.
If you're prone to throwing up, because if you're prone to throwing up, don't do it. I don't know.
Yes,
Oh, bit of a cough, but an excellent recovery. And a clean mouth from Tiana. Tiana completes her leg of the challenge. James chewing like he's completely in the zone. That's the face of a very focused athlete and a clean mouth. Both tribes complete their deal. We are tied 2-2. Next up, can I get PJ and can I get Molly?
Motherfucker!
I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous. I have no clue what's gonna come out of that door.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little nervous too. Just making fun of you.
Alright, for our next part of the challenge, we got PJ going up against Molly. Your dish for this round is the burger shot. Alright, survivors, you guys ready? Alright, begin.
Think of it as like, oh, she's.
Molly takes a pretty big gulp right off the bat.
Honestly, pretend it's alcohol. Shit.
That's what I tried. It's a little too thick. A little too thick for that.
PJ chugging. Just complete determination.
Enjoys it?
I don't know, PJ, do you enjoy it?
A little bit. No.
Okay.
You just spit out water.
I spit water in there.
PJ, look at your face when you're doing that. You're fucking chopped.
Chopped?
Yeah.
You're off of my team for 30 minutes and you're already being mean to me. Oh no, Molly, oh no. She's gonna throw up.
No. Molly undeterred from the trash talk. There you go. Says and Bay State wins that point. Molly pretty close to finishing. When Molly finishes up, I'm gonna reveal the next course. The two people playing will be Spencer and Shayru. This offering is a little concoction that Andy has made involving, this has got clam.
You can take one more. Good job.
And Molly finishes her burger. So this is, I should preface, this is the only one I really feel bad about survey. This one was Andy's creation. Not to throw him under the bus, but I think he will also own it as well. Okay, I think I saw a nod there. Pea soup and a little bit of cat food.
Okay.
And some marmalade as well.
What is marmalade? You know what? Don't answer that question.
A little bit of cat food was... If either of you guys want to swap, you also have that option at this point.
I mean, can you have that?
Switch seats.
Yeah, switch seats, guys.
Switch seats.
Switch seats.
Okay, if you can't have it, then I'll just have it.
I feel like I would be able to do it.
No. I'm allergic to cats. It's gonna affect me.
No.
There's no cats in cat food.
Survivors ready. Begin whenever you want.
You literally just made
Spencer, what are your thoughts?
It's not terrible.
It's just because
it's not terrible, but not good by any means.
How are you doing?
So bad.
Man, I'll just spit out water. Does that kind of vomit?
No, water is fine.
Shit.
Alright.
It's
a good meal, right? Soupy dishes. We're gonna reveal our last meal. For Chica on Commonwealth, Tess on Bay State, we have a triple grain, carbohydrate rich meal. For a base, we've got some cream of wheat, and then some shredded wheat on top, and then some more baked potatoes that have been baked for many hours. Yadira spits out some water like a boxer in a fight. Ethan almost done with the mayo. Spencer getting pretty close. Shayru and Yadira. Yeah. And there we go. Ethan.
Water delivery.
Spencer saying it's delicious. Seemed like a bit of a tongue-in-cheek answer, though. I don't know.
I got there.
Feeling good. Nice and salty.
Nice.
The way I like to.
Dance monkey.
Spencer finishes his end of the
So you should title this episode
Dance Monkey. The fate of this challenge is going to come down to the 4 still eating. Potentially go into a tiebreaker.
Man, they've been eating cat food for a while.
Yeah. That would have been a big ass burp. You want some more?
And Shayru finishes the cat food pea soup, and we'll be getting a point for new Bay States.
Got this, guys.
Everyone left in the game focusing and digging down to finish what's on the plate.
About to say cry, but that's a little too mean.
Oh, good. Some great aim.
I know, I shouldn't say that.
Come on, Tess.
She'll finish it up. Nah, she still got some, but it's all good.
Hold on.
She's trying. Both tribes are at 5 points, coming down to Yadira versus Tess, cat food versus triple wheat.
Done.
I saw doing a quick swig with the water before taking on the last bite of what has been a mountain to climb. A feline mountain.
The texture ruins it.
I was gonna say, yeah, I don't know how you
finishes up. That means Commonwealth has completed all 6 out of 6 of their meals, bringing it on Tess.
No parties. Take your time. You got it.
It's okay, you can pass.
You can stop. It's okay. Don't push yourself too much.
I feel a lot. Don't spill.
It's fighting back. You have to manage. You get your gas there. That's my tribe name right there. You didn't throw up? No. Shit.
Yes. You think I did up in cat food? Once you click her, did that quick?
The cat has a laxative effect.
6-6 tie. So what that means is we're going to go to a tiebreaker challenge. So I'm going to need each tribe to pick someone from the opposite tribe.
We won't do that.
Guys, this would be Tess, I think.
Oh, they're picking the other?
We pick someone from them, and they pick someone from us.
If they pick me, I'm out.
Okay, I'm not out.
Like, I just don't, none of them seem super
Okay,
equal.
no offense, but yours seemed like the least disgusting.
And she had a hard time with it.
And Tess struggled with it.
That's true. But like taste-wise.
Yeah.
I
think it's gonna be a speed thing. So I think we should go more with who's gonna be slow.
And Tess was slow.
Tess was also really slow.
Tess was slow. And I ate mine and just did it.
And anytime I've got lunch with her for tribe shit, she's always eats slow.
Alright, so both tribes were asked to pick someone from the other tribe to compete. Bay State, you guys selected Molly. Commonwealth, you guys selected Tess. They will both be competing in a race to finish a special concoction that is composed of every other meal that has been served today and then combined. The first person to finish their beverage will win immunity for their tribe. In the event that neither of you finish, the person who has drank the most will win. And obviously, as has been mentioned before, vomiting a severe amount of it up will result in a disqualification. So, without further ado, this is the lovely drink.
Ew, yo, it's literally full. I can't do it. You can do it. You can. But it's full.
For immunity. Are you guys ready? All right, begin.
You got it, Molly. You got it. Come on, Molly. It's spicy. Don't look at it.
Molly taking an attempt to get some down.
I'm gonna put this here for now. Or should I see this first?
Tess taking a big swig. Molly originally had the burger shot. Tess originally had the triple wheat. Tess chewing away on that horrible Brussels sprout. Molly, did you already get your sprout? Well, Molly's sprout is still submerged. Molly's got about a third of it down. Tess a little bit behind. 3 minutes left. I'm literally staring you guys down.
be so much better than
Are you trying to finish it?
Wow.
I'm not saying that wasn't gonna help her out.
Just have it.
Molly with another big bite.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go!
Molly with another big whiz. A lot. A little under 2 minutes left. Again, I think Molly has a slight lead.
That's slight. That's exactly slight.
I'm so sorry.
Easily can be changed with a big gulp.
It's almost over.
Molly taking another gulp. Alright. Great job from both contestants. And looks like Molly by a hair.
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Both tribes putting up a great effort. New Bay State, we got nothing for you. See ya, Tribal.
You guys, so just lost the food challenge. It's all my fault. I failed to drink the nasty smoothie.
Besties,
cat food is so gross, bro. It was so nasty. I don't know how Molly did it, but I'm proud of her. It was very impressive. I'm a little worried about going home just because I always am if I don't have immunity. And it did lie on me that we lost, so I'm just gonna try to think about it as an opportunity rather than a loss.
When we merged, there was obviously like a very direct divide. It wasn't like apparent on the surface, but it was pretty clear that it was a divide between like Tiana and Ethan versus like Bay State, Commonwealth from before.
We're gonna try to get PJ out, just because I feel like I could convince Shavru and maybe Melissa to be on our side and just have it like a Luciano type of vote, like a let's do it, let's get it done, stay as a tribe. But yeah, you have anything to say?
Hey. I ate cat food. Didn't like it.
Who will Bay State tribe vote out? With the tribe divided evenly 3-3 in the wake of the season's most explosive blindside yet, anything can